Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are making these towel shorts that I have seen literally everywhere. Super easy. You can make them with a pair of shorts that you already have. Let's do it. Okay, so I've got a beach towel folded in half so I can cut two at a time, and I've got my shorts folded in half. And I'm going to go ahead and trace the outline of this first and then add on my seam allowance. Just make sure at the top you're stretching out your elastic, and I'm going to show you here. This is how you want to trace your shorts, not in where the elastic is, because you want to have enough room for that. On the bottom, I'm adding an extra inch for seam allowance. On the sides, I'm adding a ½ inch. And on the top, I'm adding 2 inches for seam allowance. So they're gonna look pretty big, but you wanna have enough for your elastic casing and you wanna have enough to hem your shorts as well as seam allowance. So cut those out, and then you're gonna cut out another pair that is mirrored to this pair. So just flip this pattern over onto the towel and cut it out mirrored. So you can see here I've got 2 that are right sides together, and then I've got another pair that are right sides together. So 4 total. I'm gonna start off and then I'm going to sew along the edge here, and then a ½ inch on the crotch area I'm using a ½ That's the seam allowance that I gave myself, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm just pinning it in place, and then I'm gonna go down with a straight stitch first, and then I am actually going to cut my seam allowance in half because I don't have a serger, and I'm going to zigzag stitch so that I can help prevent fraying. If you have a serger, you can skip this and just serge the sides if you'd like. So that's what I'm doing here. And then we're going to take our 2 pieces. So you should do this to both pieces. And then we're gonna have one wrong side out and one right side out because we sew right side to right side. So line up the crotch seam first, and these are right sides together, and I'm gonna tuck them inside of each other like this, and then pin all the way up this like curved edge of the shorts. And I'm gonna do this on both sides. And then I'm gonna start at that center crotch seam and then sew out because I don't want that to be messed up or wonky. So I'm doing one side from that all the way up to the top, and then the other as well. Then again, I'm going to trim it and zigzag stitch the entire side. Okay, now we're gonna be at the point in the project where everything's gonna look a little crazy. I'm just trying these on to make sure they fit, but they should be big and they should be long because we're gonna hem them and we're gonna add elastic, which is what we're gonna do now. So we're gonna fold it over an inch, and then we're gonna fold it over another inch to create a casing for our elastic. And we're just gonna do this all the way around the shorts. Then we're going to leave a gap so that we can feed the elastic through. And I'm using a zigzag stitch all the way around just to account for the stretch a little bit, but I'm just zigzag stitching at the bottom of the casing tube thing that we made. And then we're going to feed through our elastic. I'm just putting a safety pin on it, and then another to kind of anchor it to the shorts so that I don't lose it. So I'll just feed it through. This kind of took a long time, but just work it all the way through. Once you get it to the other side, we're gonna overlap them and zigzag stitch back and forth just a bunch of times. Then we'll go ahead and zigzag stitch the opening closed. Just make sure you're pulling your shorts so that they're straight when you close the opening. And then I'm doing a zigzag stitch on the bottom edge of my shorts, and then I'm folding it up a ½ inch. I felt like mine were going to be a little too short if I hemmed them a ½ inch and then another ½ inch. So that's why I did the zigzag stitch and then just folded them once. You can do whatever you'd like. I'm doing a zigzag stitch again around this entire leg. You're going to do this on both legs, and this is all done. I think these are super cute. I'm going to make a pair for my daughter and for my son for the pool. Let me know if you try it.